Hey, welcome. Waiting me out here. All right, so
That's what
Dustin,
I do.
I don't know, it's weird. Like when you're here, like my face. There we go. I gotta get in closer. Gotta go like that, and
Better?
then that's better. My face isn't all white. No, come back. All right. So Dustin, he was gone all weekend at this seminar, real estate seminar, right? And he shared this great. I mean, I thought it was great. This great moment that he had where he kind of pushed through some fear. And I asked him to come live and share his experience. And so here he is. And so Dustin, can you just share a little bit about what they asked you to do and what it is that you're afraid of and what you did to overcome that?
Okay, so one of the main problems in buying real estate is finding the money, right? So
Yeah.
banks have changed the rules, and they only allow you to get like up to 4 mortgages. So you can buy like maybe 4 properties, and that's not really enough to do
No.
anything to get yourself to be financially free. And so I went to this seminar. It was run by the owner of our real estate investment club that meets in Sacramento. His name's Tapan Trivedi, and he's a really good guy, and he's made
Sorry, my
quite
face
a
is
bit
getting blurred out.
of money, doing real estate deals. And he did a 3-day training for us, and we went on a bus tour to look at different properties that are in the process of being rehabbed and for sale. And we went through these different scenarios where we role played with each other, trying to make deals, and
Got to do some hurrahs, songs.
yeah, there's some dancing and yoga and
I can't imagine you doing that.
team cheers. Yeah, I can't imagine me doing.
You're
it.
like, okay.
But we did it. Yeah. So anyway, on the 3rd day during lunch, he gave us the challenge to. So the way that you fund these deals is to find private investors, or to build credit lines in other ways. So he sent us on an outing.
Hey, Christy.
To
Long
go-
time no chat.
To go meet people in public, and
Woo!
to start talking to
That's a
them
little scary.
about real estate and deals you're working on, and try and help them become interested in what we're doing and potentially investing with us later.
Now, let me pop in real quickly. The night before, Dustin said he was dreading going. He didn't want to go. He was like worried and dreading going back the next day because he knew he had to go out at lunch and contact these strangers about, funding his real estate deals. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so we were supposed to go out and find these people, introduce ourselves, talk about real estate, get their contact information, name, phone number, address. Just met these people.
That's awkward.
So a little bit
Want to
weird.
fund my
for me.
deal? I'm not crazy, I swear.
No, you can't do that. That's not legal. You have to know them, and then learn more about them and their investing preferences and things like that. And so you couldn't even ask them for money on the first meet because that's illegal and ineffective.
Yeah, definitely ineffective. Nobody's going to do that.
But we were supposed to go out and make at least 2 contacts, in addition to eating our lunch. And we had 1 hour for our lunch. And so there was probably 80 to 100 people there. I don't even know how many people. It was a lot. So we all go out en masse, and we're looking for these people to talk to. So we're supposed to identify, high potential prospects. And so it was pretty close to the Arden Fair Mall. And so I walked over to the Arden Fair Mall. I was the only one heading that way. And there was some people who had a few years on me, so they maybe had potential to have some money set aside for something like that. And so I went up, and they said, do things that you do normally, don't take up new hobbies just to meet people to try and fund your deals, but, do things that you do already. And you may or may not know, I collect coins. Mm-hmm. And so I went down, and I found some older people who are sitting around waiting for someone in a shop or, taking a break. whatever. And I talked to them, and I said, "Hey, do you know if there's any coin shops around here? You know, just to break the ice." And they said, I don't know. You know, nobody wanted to really talk to me. Anyway, so I had a conversation with 4 people, actually.
Way to go.
I didn't get anybody's contact information. They were looking at me like, what are you doing? But it was...
Overall, how did you feel about it?
But it wasn't as scary as it, you know,
yeah, it really is.
I had built it up to be. And, you know, I could see how he could potentially do it. So it was really good. And so... Amy wanted me to share about that. There you go.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think fear is this thing. It's not really tangible. We feel it, and it stops us from progressing and to do the things that we want to do. But it's not even real. And, you know, once you push past it, like you said, it wasn't as hard as you thought it would be. And as soon as you push past it and you do those things you're afraid of, it gets easier and easier. So I think that was great.
Well, yeah.
And you got to do the things you fear.
In the role plays we did, you know, like one of them we had to ask our partner to borrow $1, right?
What kind of questions did you ask him? That's what Christy wants to know.
Ask who?
Probably the people you were trying to hit up for money.
I just asked them, you know, like if they were aware of any coin shops nearby.
Trying to build relationships of trust first, the BRT.
You know, where they were from, you know, what they were doing at the mall. And then I explained I was at a real estate convention. We were just on a lunch break, you know, and so I was looking around to see what was around locally. And then just talked to them about, you know, what they knew about it and if they had any experience with it and stuff. And then most of them just kind of went into their coma thing, and it was okay.
Good experience.
I'm obviously not very good at it yet.
Oh, come on, it takes practice. It
But
takes a lot of practice.
it was interesting. I had a partner for one of the activities where you're supposed to like ask people for a different amount of money, and your whole way of doing it changes. You know, so they go, okay, start with.
So I interrupted your role play. I don't know.
Anyway. So, like, we first had to, like, try and borrow $1. I'm like, hey, can I borrow $1? And this lady I was with, she was, like, being such a difficult person to talk to about any kind of money.
Was this in the real estate class?
Yeah, in the real estate class. So
really?
it was like, hey, can I borrow $1? Why do you want $1? Like, I wanted to go buy a soda. Where are you going to find a soda for $1? You know? It's like, it's so ridiculous. And people are, you know, some people are, you know, to me, like, if you need to borrow $1, whatever.
Your partner, y'all were role playing.
Yeah, so, and then, you know, then it was her turn. She had to ask me for $10, right? And then I had to ask her for $100, and then she had to ask me for $1,000, and then $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, and $1 million. Mm-hmm. And it was really kind of an interesting thing to go through because your mindset changes. You know, after you get to about $100, you're like, you know, this isn't just hey, can you spot me for the day?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And you're asking for somebody for $1,000 plus. It's a little bit different. You have to talk about terms and what they're getting out of it and what securities you're putting up. But it was good to practice it with somebody who, you know, obviously is trying to learn the same things, and it's good to work with like-minded people first before you are set loose on the real world. So anyway, that was what we did, and it was good to see, you know, different people who are being successful with it, you know, visiting their properties and seeing what they do and see how much actual effort goes into, you know, you hear these trainings advertised on the radio, come learn about flipping houses and make your millions of dollars, and it's like,
that's awesome. Yes, mindset totally changes. Thanks, Christy.
All right. So that's it.
It's cool. It's cool. You know, we have actually invested in some real estate in the past, so Dustin's always been very passionate about it.
And we probably will be buying a house in Georgia here pretty soon. Amy doesn't know about it yet, but I already have it
We
picked
had some
out.
bad experiences, so though I know it technically is a good thing to do.
Anyway,
I have a little bit of PTSD from the last experience we went through.
I'm a little better trained now.
Yes.
That's good.
All right, thanks for watching. Just wanted to share about that. You know, when fear gets in the way, it stops you from doing unless you face that fear. And also, you know, like we're big into Grant Cardone recently. We're reading like all his books. And, you know, when you feel fear, that's what you need to do. So if you are fearing whatever it is you're fearing, go do it. That is your mind telling you need to do it.
And if you think you want to spend some money with me, let me know. All right.
Yeah, flipping houses is awesome. Dustin actually absolutely loves that. He did our house and did an amazing job on it. So buy in Texas and we can help you flip it.
The taxes aren't good in Texas. Sorry.
Well, thanks for joining us. Talk to y'all later. Have a great night.
Good
Bye.
night.